Back, guys, for more Point Blank here on the international stage in Jakarta, Indonesia. I'm Valdez. With me is Sean. We just got done doing the group stage of the female division. Looks like we had our Thai team, Vitória Rocky Rose, as well as the Brazilian team, Uncharted Pinkers, coming ahead of the Indonesian team. They will go into the finals, but that will happen after we finish our semifinals of the male division. So we have two matchups here in the semifinals. It will be the two Indonesian teams, Endeavour versus RAFTEL. And then we will go into our second semifinals, Art of Execution, the Russian team, versus Ozone, the Thai team. And then we will have our two finals after. So we have only really close, high-level, matches that really matter on a big scale here. Lots of money on the line, lots of pride for both of these, or all of these regions and all of these teams.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned our first semifinals of the male division will be Endeavour versus RAFTEL. It will be best out of 3, and from what information that I have gotten is that we will not go into those small breaks in between every single game. Rather, we'll just play throughout the whole best out of 3. So if it's one-sided, yeah, it may end a 2-0 victory for one side, but if not, we will play throughout the whole 3 games, and then we'll go to a break. So it will be a longer stream all at once before we go, rather than cutting it off, chopping it off one game and then taking a rest, one game and taking a rest. So I'm very excited to just continue on and see, because if it's not just us as casters, but the players on all the sides that are playing the best out of 3 back to back to back without any rest in between is gonna show us and tell you guys which side has a stronger mental fortitude to keep their physical readiness and their mental readiness throughout the whole best out of 3. So it's going to be very interesting.
It's a new added factor, the stamina factor of can you play a best of 3 all the way through? Because we've seen how close some of the matches get between these top teams, where it finishes 8-7. And it goes as far as it possibly go in terms of rounds, with having one team win, and but then they have a big rest, and then they have a lot of time. But now it's not quite that way. They have a big matchup ahead of them in the semifinals. So here we have the two teams on stage, ready to go for their coin toss.
Yeah, we have Endeavour and RAFTEL on stage right now. In the middle, we do see the trophy. All right. Now at the bottom, we do finally see the bands and the picks that we haven't been seeing. We will have the coin toss to see who bans first and who picks first.
Just a bit of explanation before we come in here. I know, Sean, you've already explained to our fans how this is going to go down.
I'm seeing which side. Okay, so right now on the right side we have RAFTEL. On the left side we have Endeavour. And the winner of the coin toss will get to ban a map first. And then followed by, the person who did not win the coin toss will ban the second map, which will give, actually it's just back to back, and they will end up banning 2 maps either way. Alright, so we have Luxville and Downtown ban.
Which means that we have a chance to see Storm 2.
We'll see. We'll see what they pick. Oh, they picked Sandstorm instead. Okay. Endeavour decides to pick Sandstorm for their first match. And, okay, no Storm 2, unfortunately, but RAFTEL decides to pick Midtown. So 4 maps out of the 6 are out. So if it does go to if it does go down to the decider, then the ref will pick one of the 2 leftover maps, which is Storm Tube and Safe House. So there is still a chance if we do go down to the 3rd map.
Having trouble deciding which ones to ban out. There are only 2 choices. Here it will be Safe House or Storm Tube. Which one will it be? Looks like Storm Tube will be the 3rd map here for our match tonight. So we got to hope that it goes to match 3. And that we actually do have the best of 3 go all the way between these 2 teams. And from what we've seen, I mean, we've said this many times, but especially with all the hype involved in it, you know, emotions can really get involved. Like you get ahead one match, and then you just need one more, but all of a sudden you start to lose, and the momentum totally shifts back. Like, it's very hard on your stamina, as we mentioned, but also your mental fortitude to keep everything together if you want to get a 2-0.
Yeah, and you know, I just want to say this. On the rule sheet that we got, it said the referee will pick the deciding map, but on screen we just saw, you know, a little spinning thing.
Yeah. I guess it was picked, but not really.
Yeah. Well, it was random, I guess, so that part was right. But yeah, so Storm Tube will be the decider map, and now on screen, I wish they showed this as well, but they have the two teams shaking their hands, you know, wishing them good luck before the match begins. And our first map, as I mentioned before, will be Sandstorm, and our second map will be Midtown. So if one team, you know, gets the victory on both sides, we won't be seeing Storm Tube. But if it becomes a 1-1, then we will go to the decider, which will be Storm Tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fun if we do get there.
It will.
I feel like, to be honest, I don't mind the bands. I do like Downtown and Luxville. Luxville we've seen a lot. We take that one out. Also Downtown as well, because those maps were played more than some of the other ones because we saw them again in the Women's League. So Midtown will be the one that's played the most so far in this entire tournament. And I was trying to remember what we had for the tiebreaker yesterday. Do you remember what map we played on? That was on Luxville.
Yeah,
okay.
Luxville.
So Luxville is also one of those very played maps, and so we take that one out. We take out Downtown, and we're gonna have 3 of the other ones.
Yeah.
Seems like Safe House doesn't really seem to be too popular overall. And so it makes sense that that was left out, as well as Storm Tube, which for the players doesn't seem all too popular.
Because from what I've gathered from last year's cast and this year's cast, Storm Tube, I personally like it, like I mentioned yesterday, that there's so much action and there's it's such a fast-paced. Point Blank is already a fast-paced FPS game, but Storm Tube makes it even faster and so many kills, and very rarely, train kills, road kills, but very rarely do we see any bomb plants during Storm Tube. So the players, I guess, they like more of a wider range of maps where they can kind of create strategies and maybe go for some flanks or go for some pickoffs, but Storm Tube doesn't really allow that because, you know, right off the get-go, like, you can just get 2 nade kills. You can block off a rush by nading that stairwell, or, you know, even if they do come out safely through that stairwell on both sides, it's just head-on gunfight right away. So some of the players may not like it as much as, you know, we like it, where we want to see some action right off the bat and get some, you know, double, triple headshots right off the bat. But, you know, the players do not like it. They want some more strategizing map where they have more room to maneuver around. So, you know, but I'm glad that the random picked Storm 2 for us.
Yeah, as am I. They have the players actually saying a bunch about how they're feeling coming into the matchup and all that good stuff. We heard from Endeavour. They were just happy to be the Indonesian representative. They are all rested up, and they are ready to go today. They're scared of nobody, they said. And for RAFTEL, they were the runner-up. And they say that their toughest opponents will be the Thai team.
Oh, okay.
And the preparation for this tournament is very similar to the preparation that they did for the Indonesian national tournament that we just had before. So makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And
didn't get that shown on screen, so I just wanted to let you know because I feel like that's pretty relevant content here.
Yeah, it is, and it's like we mentioned before, it's very unfortunate that you guys don't get to see some of the content that we see through the live stream. Like, you know, I'm glad that finally today we got to show you some of the audience being hyped and showing you guys the coin toss, even though we don't know which side wins when the coin drops to the floor. But at least you guys get to see the action, and you guys get to see the information that we are getting on this live feed. And it seems as if the players are getting ready to get into our first set, the first half. But until then, who do you think is going to be the victor of this first semifinal group?
Well, Endeavour definitely seems like the favorite coming in. I mean, they did win the Indonesia national championship, so they already have that confidence saying, hey, we already defeated this team in the championship for Indonesia. And they, I think they were better scored.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had a better score in the group stages
Yeah.
as well compared to RAFTEL. They were also in the, I would say, the harder group because they had Brazil, but also they had Ozone.
Yeah.
So both of those teams are two of the strongest teams that we have, and everybody's saying that Ozone is the strongest team and all that stuff. And Endeavour, that was the only team they lost to, but
Yeah.
all the other teams were very strong teams as well. It just seemed like Group A was a bit harder and stronger in general. So because Endeavour gets out in first place, they win the tiebreaker against Ozone as well.
Yeah.
They look overall like the stronger team coming into this one against RAFTEL. So RAFTEL, they have a very big opponent ahead of them, and it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, that also, I just want to add on a little bit, saying, Group B isn't an easier bracket. It's just to add on to what you said, Group A actually had more teams, 2 more teams in their bracket. So,
One more team.
Oh, was it just one more
Yeah,
team?
6 teams compared to the 5.
Oh, okay.
in
So
Group
they
A,
did have
Group
one
B.
more team. So we did have 2 teams in Group A play 3 matches in the main stage. But at the end of the day, they all played evenly because they did have the second stage matches as well. But either way, Endeavour coming out first of Group A, it just means that they had to go through more obstacles. They had to fight through, like you said, the previous champions, which was Team Ozone, and they made Ozone get second of their group. So it just proves that currently on paper, the facts state that Endeavour is probably at the top right now because they have beaten Ozone. They have beaten them in the tiebreaker. They have come through as the first place seed of Group A, and RAFTEL came through as the second place of Group B. If RAFTEL was in the first seed of Group A, maybe we'll say, all right, they're both in the first seed. We won't know which team is actually better until they play it out. But right now, on paper, we have the first place of one group versus the second place of one group. So, that just speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've compiled all of our data,
Yeah.
all the results. It is such a short tournament, as we mentioned before. All of these results we're talking about are for one day.
Yeah.
They played a lot of games. Stamina came into it. It was an extremely long day. They get there at 9:30 in the morning. They leave at like 7, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
They're there for almost 12 hours, and they have to
crazy.
play games. They have to wait. They have to eat. They have to interact with fans. They have to talk to their managers and all this stuff. So.
Yep.
Maybe on a different day or maybe in an extended format, RAFTEL is the better team. We don't really know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're better at best of 3s.
Yeah.
So we definitely could have an upset of sorts if RAFTEL does come through and kind of takes the throne of Indonesia back after losing the national championship against Endeavour. But we'll have to wait and see. We're still waiting for the first game to get started here. No sign of the game starting just yet. We haven't seen anything on our live feed. We haven't gotten any word from the producer, but we have been talking about a bunch of stuff, and we've spent a bunch of time doing that. So it shouldn't be too long before we get into the game. I'm optimistic here, Sean.
All right. So let's say we talked a little bit about the first half of the semifinals, Endeavour versus RAFTEL. How about Art of Execution versus Ozone? What do you think about that matchup?
I think Ozone definitely is the big favorite coming into this one. As I said before, Group A was so stacked that even though Russia is a strong team and they're known as one of the better regions for point blank, I think Indonesia, or rather Thailand, does outrank them. They are on top. They've gotten first 3 times since 2011.
Yeah.
They got 2011, 2015, 2016. Now, this is just Thailand as a region, so it's not just Ozone.
Yeah.
But they've gotten second one time, third one time, and fourth one time. And they have the most results out of any region. They have also been quoted as the strongest team, the scariest team, by multiple other strong teams in this entire tournament. So they won last year. They're quoted as the strongest team. They look like one of the strongest teams. I'd have to give the favorite to Ozone going into that matchup.
Yeah, so it will be very interesting if, let's just say, if Ozone wins, against the Art of Execution, and let's say Endeavour beats RAFTEL.
Mhm.
It's just a what if. Not saying they will win, but if they do and they meet in the finals? Endeavour has lost to Ozone in the regular group stage match, but they ended up beating Ozone in the tiebreaker. So basically, they're 1-1. They're 1-1, even though the tiebreaker was a little shorter, but it's still a 1-1, and it's going to be very exciting to see the two teams that are, still tied up in scores to go duke it out in the finals to finally decide. But it seems like we are ready for our first match of the semifinals.
Okay, let's go.
Hopping on to Sandstorm for our Indonesia battle here in the semifinals is going to be RAFTEL on attack on Sandstorm and Endeavour starting on defense. And here we go.
Yep, let's go. They are playing very slow.
Yeah, this seems to be a more popular strat
Yeah.
at the highest level in point blank. They really just they don't try to go aggressive, especially in the beginning. They want to try to read their opponent's positions and see if they can get any information about positions and stuff like that.
And
What
some
kind of
damage
strategy?
has been taken by Jack, but at least he wasn't killed, and he is the designated sniper of the team. Let's see if he'll get some pickoffs before he ends up dying with almost only half health. And Fire takes some damage as well.
Yeah. Want to try to alert our producer that we have no sound in the game right now. Would be fantastic
Yeah.
to actually get some sound. See if we can get that fixed. I'm sure you guys have the sound, but
Yeah.
it's not turned up for us just yet. So
All right.
firefight's going, and we have a snipe.
By Jack. Gets a pick. Trading headshots.
The names at the top are actually too long. We
Yeah.
don't know who it is.
All right. Endeavour ends up defending and taking the first round win away from RAFTEL.
All right, let's move out.
Yeah, nicely done. Good job on defense here. Overall, especially today in the second in the second day.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing because Sean is trying to get the attention of the producer desperately. Finally, we have some sound.
Yep. There
But
we
yeah,
go.
it seems like the defending team generally is doing better.
Yeah, I guess it's more comfortable as long as they don't, just hastily rush out and get picked off. They could just wait and get a crossfire position for the attacking side to come in. So most of the time, I guess, in most of the demolition maps in point blank, the blue side, you could say they're more they have the more advantageous side.
Coming in now, looking for an angle towards A. They have thrown down the smokes. That looks like a grenade angle.
Yep.
He's trying to set up here. Okay, we have one kill. Crush going down. Erhoffen trading back. He's back, my buddy Erhoffen.
Erhoffen. All right, we're going back and forth.
Oh.
Another one picked by Jack.
Trying to get that angle. Has the support of his teammate Moza. He does eventually go down. Gets
All
him with
right.
the pistol.
Nice.
So much action back and forth. We do have RFWI on the site, but not enough to do it alone. Jack getting multiple kills, already up to 6 kills in our 2 starting rounds.
Wow, Jack is doing work, and
It's your boy.
yeah, it's my boy. But I'm excited to see a sniper back in action, because during the female matchups, we didn't have any snipers. We did have a revolver scope user, but it's a different story when you have an actual sniper. But Jack is back, and he has 7 kills recorded already. Another
8.
1-8.
This guy's on fire, looking for another one. Could not get the flick, and actually it does get taken out by a headshot.
Yeah. Fire and Jack are both out. It is a 3v3 right now.
Yeah. see so far. Still looking for his first kill. On the defense right now up against RFL. It does go
Ooh.
down.
The pre-fire headshot worked out. We have Moza. Oh, he had his nade out. Moza is taken out. It's a 1v3 right now. CR7, will he be able to clutch this?
Bomb has been planted.
Let's see what kind of angle he wants to take. He's got to get in there decently fast.
Yep.
Especially against 3 members.
We hear some pre-fire spams right now.
Yeah, from behind,
Yep.
taken out with that headshot.
Yep.
Had the nice setup.
They decide RAFTEL finally cuts off the momentum of the winning streak from Endeavour. It is 2-1. 2 for Endeavour, 1 for RAFTEL. Remember that the defending side just seems to have a little bit more of an advantage, and Jack again goes off.
What is going on with this guy?
Yeah, but he does get punished. Another headshot, double headshot.
Yeah.
Yep, a 3v4 right now.
Yeah, and RFL looking for the entrance into this bomb site with the help of Crush, it looks like.
Yep. Still a 3v4. They are taking their time.
It's nice to see RAFTEL coming back. I was hoping it wasn't just going to be a one-sided affair where Endeavour just took over. So far that has been the case, where it's been very close. That was a good nade, actually got them to run out from behind the box.
Forcing them to show themselves. Oh! Nade and followed up rush.
The crossfire,
Yeah.
2-on-1, it's not fair.
Yeah, the crossfire is real.
Moza, though.
Bomb has been planted.
They know where he is.
They do.
Only 20 health. They're both looking. They're both staring and waiting, and down he goes to the submachine gun of Irhafen.
Yep.
They tie it up.
Yep, as expected, very close. Even though in the beginning, when Endeavour went 2-0, two-round winning streak, it seemed like Endeavour probably was gonna win. But now RAFTEL is coming back, tying it up.
Scooper is the sniper on the side of RAFTEL. Trying to go head-to-head with Jack. Hasn't worked just yet, as Scooper has 0 kills and Jack has 9.
Yeah, and Scooper already taking a lot of damage if you see his health bar.
How did he get that?
Yeah, and gets picked off.
Okay, this is a full-on sweep right now. Not even 1 kill just yet. 5 members remain, as it is very one-sided in round 5.
Yep, it is 3-2, and it's still pretty close. It's only 1 round difference. We'll have to see. But that 5th round was way too one-sided. If this continues, it won't be good for RAFTEL.
Yeah. I love how Jack always changes up his position.
Yeah.
Never wants to be too predictable.
Yeah. We have Scooper once again on the bridge. But this time around, Jack is not there to greet him. Oh, he saw that.
Jack takes a bit of damage. They have some good eyes on number 2 on the blue team.
Smokes and nades are coming in. 3 nades. Wow.
Spamming that area. Looks like Fire able to pick up a kill.
Wow, this nade is going crazy.
Jack still waiting. You can see Scooper across the way.
Yeah.
Up top. There's that snipe. Actually gets Crush.
Ooh, 3-man down for RAFTEL. 4-man down. Scooper all alone. All alone.
Ha!
Yep, and Jack decides to take out their sniper.
This guy is on a roll. I don't know what he ate for breakfast, but he's 12-2 after just 6 rounds. That's 2 kills every single round as a sniper. That is so hard to pull off.
Yeah, exactly. And this is potentially the last round if Endeavour is able to take this round. And if they do take this round, make it a 5-2, that is a little bit of a difference. A 3-round difference is a little bit bigger than when you have just a 5-3 or a 5-4.
Sure.
So that one round could make a big difference for RAFTEL going into the second half.
They would love to find Jack and swarm him, but he's actually in a location where none of RAFTEL's members are. They're going for a 5-man push over here and already picking up 2 kills. Make that 3.
Jack is slowly.
Oh!
How did he even see that one?
I think he saw the fire through the smoke, and he's
Yeah.
like, oh, I know where you are. But that is really impressive.
Yeah. Well, it's a 2v4. Oh, that quick scope. Oh, Jack does get picked off. He is all alone. And I guess it just seems as if Endeavour won't. It will be hard for them to make it.
There you go.
It will be hard for them to make it a 5v2 victory. It is 4-3 now. 1 round difference once again. Beginning our 8th round.
I think they're going to go for the same strategy. Already 4 members heading towards B.
See, Jack decides to go back up side B.
It's like he sees them
Yeah. It's like he sees them.
through the smoke.
All right, now the smoke is a little lightened up. All right, there we go. The smoke is gone. How is he even aiming there and expect to have the reaction time to shoot?
I know. He's in the right spot as there are
Yeah.
4 members coming in, but he might be swarmed.
Yeah, they are walking in. All right. He's an aim. He knows. He knows.
He's like getting ready to no-scope.
Yeah. All right, action is beginning. They are swarming in. A nade kill. A headshot.
Already 3 kills, but Erhoffen picks up 2, and they trade it back. 2-on-2. Jack, though, with the snipe. Make that 2-on-1, and now it's Jack and Fire. 2 members with many kills on the side of Endeavour.
Yep. And Jack does have information that he is in the site. Oh, he's gonna try to flank Jack, maybe.
Endeavour coming from 2 sides. Jack going up top. Our FWI is just hiding for as long as possible.
Wait, it is a 2v1. 1 defuse, 1 cover. All right, there we go. All right, the
Okay.
information is out.
1 down, and now it's only Jack trying to get the no-scope, and he gets it with the pistol, actually, not with the sniper, so it will be the defuse.
3 seconds, 2, and it seems like
Yes.
he will get it right before it ends.
Wow.
Wow.
What a play. 0.15 seconds
Yeah.
left. What a
0.15.
huge round.
Yeah, that was very close, and it was well played. You know, the sniper diffusing and allowing, you know, the rifle player to, you know, go for the backup, even though he was unable to pick him off. That gave Jack the information to finish off the opponent and get that defuse right on time before it blew up.
Really nicely done. So as we expected, Endeavour does take the lead in this one, but so far today we've seen, you know, teams get ahead and then they fall behind. Seems like defense so far has been the winningest side. And so, you know, things might change up as RAFTEL goes on to defense. Maybe Scooper has more time to lay down his sniper shots and Jack is less effective. He was definitely the key player for Endeavour on the defensive side.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Jack ended up getting around 16 kills in the first half. Yeah, something like that. Maybe even more. But either way, they are switching sides now. Endeavour will be on the attack. And let's see if what you said is true. If the defending side is just more advantageous and it's more easy to defend.
Yeah. Here we go. Back on a Sandstorm second half for this best of 3. This is the first game, if you guys are just joining us. Already Endeavour off to a 5-3 lead in rounds. But now they have to attack.
And this is actually the map that Endeavour decided to play after the coin toss. 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah. Blows him up with the C5, but does get the aggressive kill.
All right. One more picked off, but 1-for-1 trade. Are we hear the sniper sound?
Yeah. They have the same 2 snipers.
Uh-huh.
Scooper waiting in position. Jack pre-firing on the other side.
Well, they've already taken over this bomb site right now.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb planted. Look at Jack's position. He's waiting. There it is. Picks off Scooper. The sniper battle, as well as an extra kill, and it's going to be a dire position for RAFTEL in round number 6, or round number 9, rather.
All right, well, Endeavour takes away the first round on the attacking side. And, you know, taking away the first round when you're on the attacking side is a very positive momentum that you could bring to your teammates. And, you know, it was a 5-3, so if Endeavour decides to take 3 more rounds, they get the victory for the first game.
Liked the aggressive style here from Endeavour on the attack. They didn't waste too much time in the first round on this half. It's going to be smoked up here.
Yep.
So Jack can't exactly snipe through, but we've seen him do some crazy snipes through the smoke before.
All right, a lot of gunfire. Scooper is the only one who takes some damage.
RFL waiting. He's actually the key member that has to stop them as they come in. But already the entry kill out to RFWI. It is traded back.
All right, 2-man down, 3-man down on RAFTEL side.
Looks like they trying to get another one here as number 3, Erhoffen, is trying to take back the site. But it's not going to happen as he does go down. They're looking for 8 points right now. As Crush is all alone.
It is a 4v1. On the defending side, if you're alone by yourself, did you see at the end he was just going back and forth, spamming, turning his mouse around? Well, 2 round goes to Endeavour in a row in the first 2 rounds of the second half.
Endeavour proving so far that they are the stronger team in this series.
And 1 more round towards Endeavour will secure a tie. And 2 more wins will secure that win for Team Endeavour.
They love the entry here onto this B site.
Yeah.
Or rather the A site, I think it is. Oh boy.
Wow.
Perfect nade into getting him out of position, and Fire picks up the entry kill.
All right, 1-for-1 trade, not bad.
Yeah.
It's a 4v3.
Gets the ball rolling, but a headshot going back. Now it's 3-on-3.
Ooh, another pick off 3v2. I guess they are having a little bit of a hard time getting through this bar. We'll see if Jack is still up there on the second floor, waiting to see for a pickoff. Now he's moving.
They're making their way towards the other bomb site, perhaps.
And Scooper's there by himself.
How can he sees through that truck?
Yeah. There's a nade. Scooper is actually picked off.
Yeah. Gets
Now
that
it's
headshot.
Yeah, now it's a 2v2.
And Crush is low on health. They have plenty of time to make this work.
A full minute and 15 seconds. See how they approach. Jack knows. Ooh.
Gets 1 defensive kill. Now it's all up to the sniper. He would love to get a snipe before he starts anything.
That sniper looks so big.
This is it, but the pistol gets some damage down, and he gets the kill. And he gets another one. What is going on? This one. So, guys, we are going to be jumping onto not Midtown. We are actually continuing.
All right.
With
Maybe I was wrong.
This. I don't really understand why.
Well, actually,
oh,
to
it's
be
possible
honest,
to have a tie.
yeah, it's possible to
Yeah,
have a tie.
that's
So I
why.
guess they
Okay.
did have a pause because of that error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must just be because of the player issue, but now that is figured out, definitely is because the tie is still possible. But I would have to imagine that they wouldn't play out all the rounds in the future.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. We have Jack on the bridge. Not too much.
They're trying to get him out of position with nades, but you can only do so much, especially when you're on defense. Kind of hard to swarm the sniper if you are defending bomb sites.
They're playing it very patiently. Oh, they're pushing out. Starts off with the kill.
Yeah, Fire gets him. And make that a couple more as V and V getting both of those kills, actually.
V and V.
V and V. 5-on-2. Scooper, as well as Erhoffen. Erhoffen does go down, and it's now left up to just Scooper.
This time around, Scooper has that dual-wield SMG.
Gets one and does go down.
Okay.
So there you have it. No tie left over.
Red
And
team
as we
win.
said before, it was just to avoid the tie that we
Yep.
did do one extra round. And because they won, that means that now Sandstorm is officially their map. And we will be moving on to Midtown.